That sounds good.
Size.
Do they sell those now? They should totally sell large versions of Jaffa cakes. I don't know if I've ever seen any British anything talk about chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, which is weird.
You poor people! Oh my goodness, they're the best!
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is your favorite couple from the Midwest, and today we're going to be taking a look into a very, I think, highly contested or debated topic.
Oh?
The video is titled A Cake or a Biscuit, the lengthy and expensive saga of the Jaffa Cake.
Expensive?
Yeah, I have no idea. I know when we did our taste testing video, that a lot of people were coming down like, yeah, a Jaffa Cake, I guess it depends. I'm not for sure. I don't remember if it is technically a cake or if it's classified as a biscuit. So I think that's what today's video is going to...
So now we will answer the age-old question that we didn't know was a question.
I think today's video will answer that for us. So yeah, let's just get right into it and check it out. But before we get in the video though and learn the answer, comment down below what you guys think it is. Is it a cake or a biscuit? And then watch the video through and see if you agree with Simon's answer.
Because we might not either.
I'm thinking that to me, it seemed more like a biscuit.
I was going to say cake actually because it was so soft. I'll have to try another one because we ate those pretty quick and haven't had any since. But they were so soft, I thought of them as cake. That's me, so I'm voting cake this time.
And I'm biscuit.
All right.
Which means I'm wrong.
Well.
Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. This is Today I Found Out, and in the video today, a cake or a biscuit, the lengthy and expensive saga of the Jaffa Cake. For anyone watching this who, like me, happens to be from the UK, you're more than likely already well aware of what a Jaffa Cake is. For our...
I've been saying Jaffa.
I know I have too, and I was like, did he just pronounce that
Jaffa?
Jaffa? And we've been saying Jaffa.
I'm sure it's us, especially if he's from the UK. He obviously knows.
It is Jaffa.
I just like hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, you're more than likely already well aware of what a Jaffa Cake is. For our viewers that haven't had the pleasure of sampling one of the greatest comfort foods ever created, they're little spongy chocolate-coated discs that contain a small amount of orange-flavored jam, and they really are delicious.
No, it's raspberry.
No, it's very orange.
Was it?
Yeah,
I can't even remember.
It's just been a while since you've had one. It's
I guess so.
Obviously orange.
I think you ate more than me anyway.
I don't remember. I think we shared them.
I know, but I think after the taste testing video, you ate a bunch.
Not really. I plead the fifth.
They contain a small amount of orange-flavored jam, and they really are delicious. Oh, and there's another point here. They were also once at the center of one of the fiercest court battles of the 1990s, with the lengthy and expensive case determining one and only one thing, whether or not the Jaffa Cake is a cake or a biscuit. Yes.
So wait, okay. Sorry for pausing.
So they went to court over.
There's actually a legit answer then.
Oh, at least according to the courts.
I'm sorry, but like, don't courts have bigger issues to deal with?
I don't know.
Like seriously, guys, like why?
We'll see.
Is a cake or a biscuit? Yes, really. But before we get to all of that, for the sake of the unfamiliar, we have to first discuss the thrilling and exciting world of European tax law and value-added tax. In a nutshell, value-added tax, commonly shortened to VAT or VAT, is described as being a type of consumption tax that is placed on a product whenever value is added at a stage of production and final sale.
That's why, sorry one more time, but that's why in that Greg's video we did, that's why when it's hot, it's more expensive. The tax is more than when it's cold.
And so they were saving money by keeping everything.
Yeah, they do. Well, they do that like a lot of things. I think like with sugar, because they're like trying not to what was the word? They're trying not to incentivize, entice.
They're trying to disincentivize.
Yeah, they're not trying to promote it. They're trying to like whatever. They're trying to promote a healthier lifestyle. So
yeah,
it costs more for sugar.
I think we have certain laws like that over here.
Tobacco.
That's true.
Tobacco for sure.
Whenever value is added at a stage of production and final sale. In essence, VAT is a tax that is paid by everyone involved with the manufacture of a given object or foodstuff and the consumer. For example, if a company in the UK wanted to make socks, they'd be charged VAT on the price of the raw materials used to make them. When that company sold the socks onto a retailer, the retailer would similarly be charged VAT on that sale. Finally, when the retailer sells the socks to the consumer will pay VAT on top of the price charged by the retailer.
So 3 times?
At the time of...
Yeah, that's a lot of tax.
Jeez.
I'm sure it's similar over here.
Well, that's why, like, with wholesale, it's a little bit cheaper because you don't get it you don't get the same kind of tax. Companies buy things wholesale, then they sell it for retail price. Then the consumer always pays tax on it.
The consumer is always the one who gets
in
screwed.
certain states. Certain states don't have that though.
No, I know, but pretty much the consumer is the one who you pay the highest amount.
Yeah.
At the store, like at the end product, you're like the consumer is the one who gets screwed.
Yeah.
Consumer will pay VAT on top of the price charged by the retailer. At the time of the publishing of this video, the VAT rate in the UK is 20% for, to quote the official website of the British government, most goods and services. Now, because the government isn't a cartoonishly evil entity rubbing their hands together at the thought of charging people through the nose for everyday essentials, right? A number of things are subjected to a reduced rate of VAT, currently 5%, while some other items are exempt from this tax altogether. Goods and services subjected to the reduced rate of VAT include things like mobility aids, like walking canes and those awesome scooters, and sanitary products, think tampons, panty liners, and other things that make certain men wary of looking in a woman's purse. As for things that are exempt from the tax entirely...
What if diapers are part of that?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah. They're almost considered a sanitary item.
I mean, yeah, you go through like, I think it's what, 4,000 per child or something?
I don't know.
of looking in a woman's purse. As for things that are exempt from the tax entirely, this is mostly limited to goods and services that are considered essential or otherwise unfair to try and tax citizens for using. Things like stamps, burials, and end-of-life care, as well as actually most food. In regards to that last item, while most food, and by extension animal feed, is exempt from VAT, certain so-called luxury items are taxed at the normal rate. Such items include alcohol, mineral water, confectionaries, and rather unusually, biscuits that are covered with chocolate. Regular biscuits are notably exempt. This led to an embittered court battle.
What about like chocolate chip cookies, or chocolate chip biscuits, I guess they would call them? There's not covered in chocolate, but there's chocolate in them.
I don't know.
I wonder if
I don't know if chocolate chip like cookies are a big thing over there. I don't know. I don't know if cookies are such a big.
At least our thought of cookies.
Yeah, I don't think it's common. Let us know, guys.
Interesting. That's true. I don't know if I've ever seen any British anything talk about chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, which is weird.
You poor people. Oh my goodness, they're the best.
Between the British government and McVitie's in 1991, when British Customs and Excise decided that Jaffa Cakes should be reclassified as chocolate-covered biscuits and hence be liable to the standard rate of VAT. Jaffa Cakes had previously been considered to be cakes by Customs and Excise, something that is exempt from the tax. As such, one of the largest manufacturers of Jaffa Cakes, McVitie's, challenged this decision and took it all the way to the highest court in the land. According to the official website for Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, the decision of the courts hinged on being able to clarify exactly what made a cake, and what made a biscuit, and arguing whether or not Jaffa Cakes conformed more to one definition or to the other. Towards this end, the main arguments on behalf of Customs and Excise were that Jaffa Cakes are usually sold alongside biscuits, are roughly biscuit-shaped, and often consumed in place of them, adding that McVitie's themselves markets the product more like a biscuit than a cake. McVitie's countered this by stating that Jaffa Cakes were produced in a manner almost identical to that of a traditional sponge cake, and they contained the same basic ingredients: flour, eggs, and sugar. McVitie's trump card, however, was pointing out that cakes and biscuits go stale in almost opposite ways, with cakes turning hard as they go stale and biscuits turning soft. To illustrate this point, McVitie's left a bunch of Jaffa Cakes out in the open and later presented them to the court, proving that, like cakes, they hardened as they went stale. According to the BBC, to really...
And again, like all scientific.
Yeah, that's just like, well, here you go. Here's the proof right there. That is a good point, though.
Yeah, no, true.
Even though they're eaten like a biscuit, the texture is more cake, like I was saying.
But did I ever show you those pictures that Jason sent me of like all the Jaffa Cakes?
Oh yeah, there's like so many different flavors.
They're like, I have no idea, 30 different flavors, I think, or something ridiculous.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
Oh, now I really want one. We should have saved some so we could snack on them for this video.
According to the BBC, to really seal the deal, McVitie's baked a gigantic 12-inch version of the Jaffa Cake and brought it into court to show off how similar it is to a cake when blown up to normal
that sounds good.
size.
Do they sell those now? They should totally sell large versions of Jaffa Cakes. They have mini versions and large versions of all sorts of other candies.
Well, one thing I don't know if they know, there's Reese's. So Reese's, you get like the little miniature cups, and then you have like about that size of a Reese's.
It's normal.
But especially around the holidays, they sell one that's like a pound, It's like literally this big of
It's like
a
the
Reese's.
size of a plate.
It's like $15. I've always wanted to get one. It'll probably make me sick, but I love Reese's.
I haven't had the Reese's brand ones, but I've had the big ones. You cut it like a pie, and you just.
What
get
if
a
they have that
slice.
for everything over here? They have them like for Kit Kats and
Oh my
I
gosh.
think Crunch Bars.
I've seen they have the giant candy bars, which are just ridiculously made, but they're real. They're like the real candy bar inside.
Just bigger.
Anyway, yes, I want a giant Jaffa Cake. I wonder if they make those.
Well, McVitie's baked a gigantic 12-inch version of the Jaffa Cake and brought it into court to show off how similar it is to a cake when blown up to normal cake size. For anyone wondering why the courts didn't take into account the fact that they're called Jaffa Cakes, well, the judge presiding over the case, Mr. D.C. Potter, was asked to consider this and ruled it to be of no serious relevance because a product's name often has little to do with its actual function. In the end, the court decided that Jaffa Cakes were indeed cakes and McVitie's was allowed to continue selling the product without it being subject to VAT. And now for some bonus facts. Pringles were originally called Pringles Newfangled Potato Chips. However, Pringles only contained about 42% potato-based content, with most of the rest being from wheat starch and various types of flour, including from corn and rice.
I had no idea.
Yeah, which makes them taste better, honestly, because pure corn chips are different or pure potato chips taste very different from a normal Pringle. I like Pringles.
I don't really eat them that often, so I don't really pay attention.
I mean, I like the flavored ones more.
Various types of flour, including from corn and rice. Thus, the US Food and Drug Administration made them change the name because their product didn't technically meet the definition of a potato chip, so they were only allowed to use the word chip in very restrictive ways. Specifically, if they wanted to continue to use chip, they were only allowed to say Pringles potato chips made from dried potatoes. Not being too fond of this requirement, the company changed the name slightly, using potato crisps rather than potato chips. Today, of course, most people know them as just Pringles. Now, this actually brings us to a rather interesting UK connection. In order to avoid the value-added tax, Procter & Gamble argued in the UK that Pringles should be considered a cake rather than a crisp, since only 42% of the product was made from potato and it is fashioned from dough. The company won in the High Court, and Pringles were briefly considered a cake in the UK.
What?
Okay, so therefore, I go back to my thing. I don't think that you just necessarily won.
I mean, I understand the dough, but cookies or biscuits have dough also.
Have you ever seen videos of how Pringles are made?
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's
looking.
awesome.
It's interesting, but gross.
And Pringles were briefly considered a cake in the UK. However, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs appealed the decision, and in 2009 the ruling was reversed and the company had to start paying the VAT.
Today we found out that apparently a Jaffa Cake is indeed a cake.
Yes.
'Cause
for legal reasons.
And legit reasons.
And legit reasons as well.
So yes, you were technically right.
Yes.
As always.
I mean, it's there in the title.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that a Jaffa Cake would be a cake. What made me think biscuit is just literally like the shape and size.
Yeah.
And you dip it, or can dip it, I don't know if you're supposed to.
Yeah.
You don't really dip
No
cake.
dipping necessary.
Anyway guys, that was interesting. I seem to remember some of the comments on the previous video mentioning this, so I'm glad we checked out.
So crazy the amount of tax, just something so minuscule you change.
They probably save a lot of money on
Yeah,
that.
you could save so much money because of that.
I mean, obviously they were willing to go to court, pay the court costs,
Yeah.
pay the lawyers.
But in the long run, you know, they
probably
won
save
it,
millions.
so I don't think that can get overturned. Unless they change something in there.
No, technically it could, because they mentioned the Pringle thing, and the Pringle was overturned.
That was because the Queen got involved.
Well, that's because the Queen was like, this is stupid. It's not a cake.
It's a crisp.
Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Let us know down below. Obviously, I'm going to assume most people are going to venture on the cake side.
Maybe you guys already knew the history of the Jaffa Cake and all the legal stuff it went through, so you guys are a little more educated than we are when it comes to that.
But if you guys do still think it is a biscuit, despite all that, comment down below and let us know why it is a biscuit.
That way he has some friends.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Please be safe, take care, look after one another, and cheers.